morning. How are you? I want you to look at your neighbor. I'm sure some of you are, we shouldn't even be sitting like, Nona, you and you don't know each other. I want you to mix up because it's supposed to be a fun day. Cindy, look at your neighbor and smile. Look at your neighbor and smile. Okay, did they smile back? Did they smile back? Yeah, I'm sure they did. So, we are going to be talking about something really crucial today, and it's about mental health. What do you think is mental health? But before that, I'd like to know after this, what would you want to know about mental health? I'm sure you do have something in mind, yes?
Yeah. Does it have a cure?
Does it have a cure? Is mental health not mental illness? So mental health cannot have a cure. So first of all, we'll start with the definition of mental health. Mental health, according to WHO, it defines it as a state of well-being. A state of well-being in which the individual realizes his or her own abilities, can cope with the normal stresses of life, can work productively and fruitfully, and is able to make a contribution to his or her community. But unfortunately, each and every day, we fill our minds with rotten apples. Because the mind doesn't feed directly from the media that we observe, from the friends that we meet, from your own interactions in our everyday endeavors. We fill our minds with these rotten apples. Why would you do the same? Yet given an apple that is rotten, you don't eat it. Because we don't even mind about our mental health. So, as I say, mental health is everybody's business. It's your business, it's my business. Transiting, especially into university, is usually what determines this mental health a lot. Because when your transition is not right, you end up with mental illness, and it will be obvious with your activities. You'll indulge in so many things. You'll realize, can you tell me some of the mental illnesses that you have? What are some of the mental issues that we have in our campuses today? Yes? Depression, anxiety, bipolar disorders. What else? Simply anything. We also have addiction. We have a lot of addiction. That's why we even have a hotspot called Bogan here in Cuea. Eating disorders. We also have these eating disorders and self-injury. You find some people cutting their skins and bringing harm to their own bodies. We also have sleeping issues. Some people think it's funny when they oversleep. The mind, first of all, mental health, we are talking about the mind. We know the mind is in its own case can make out a heaven or a hell from whatever you see. So the world is the mind. So if we have an unhealthy mind, we'll create an unhealthy environment. That is very obvious. Because if you're just imagining that, gosh, everyone is evil, everyone is bad, and everyone will actually turn out to be bad. And it's because it started in your mind. So, who are the people who can do things to help it? Who can do it to promote mental health? So, first of all, we have individually. Individually, we have a responsibility in promoting the mental health. Personally, you can also have your families, your friends. Those are the people who should be involved in developing mental health. So, first of all, what do you think you can do to promote mental health? First of all, there's self-realization, in that individuals are allowed to fully exploit their potentials. You have to come out, you realize what you can do without limiting yourselves. Mental health also includes a sense of mastery by the individual over their environment. You should know what you can do, what capabilities. You should be aware of your environment. You should be able to confront and solve your problems and not running away from them. So if your friends are doing something bad to you, you should be able to counter that. Not now shrinking, you go home crying the whole night and killing yourself. You should be able to come out. For us to say that you're mentally well, you should be able to do that. So mental health can be regarded as an individual resource contributing to the individual's quality of life and can be increased or diminished by the actions of society. So whatever you do, for instance, If you're a bad friend to someone, you introduce them to alcohol. Some of them end up alcohol, slowly by slowly, what does it lead to? Other very bad vices. Sexual addictions will come out. You end up having very bad friends. So like I was talking about the freshmen, when they come into campus, they do not have anyone to talk to, and maybe the first person they find is that bad friend. And that is the start of everything. They go to clubs and there they meet bad friends, or what should I call them? Because nilele moja tu wanaanza kukua bad of the same fella. Na huo nadhani niko na BFF sasa. Kesho tunaenda unapata tu maforms zinakujaga mingi by the way. Mtu anakumbebe utashinda ukitoa maform hadi every weekend hata utailala hostel ama kwa nyumba yako. Kwa kidogo kuna Mr. and Miss J Quat. Kuna freshers na sijui wanakuja, sailors wanakuja Dubai, sijui na si unajua, because utashinda mkiitana maform because you think, no, this is what I have to do, but sometimes it's not our mistake. It's because we are trying to run away from the reality and maybe we think we belong, and that's why most people end up doing so many of the wrong things. So an aspect of good mental health is the capacity for mutually satisfying and enduring relationships. The promotion of mental health was somehow far removed from the problem of the real world and could even shift resources from the treatment and rehabilitation of people affected by mental illness. I want you to do a simple activity. So all of you close your eyes, smile. Those eyes that are open. I can see you, I'm sure the camera will use it. So close your eyes and then smile. Imagine that person who always makes you happy, your mama, your little kid, your girlfriend. Close your eyes. So, just imagine them smiling at you. They're right here before your face. How does it feel? I want you to relax your shoulders. Just relax. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. At the count of 3, take a deep breath. Smile. Look at that person. Oh my, some of you really smiling. Smile. How does it feel? It's relaxing. Sit up. Okay, open your eyes. First of all, smiling is contagious. I wish you could see. You could see how I couldn't afford to smile when I saw some of you smiling. I just wish you could tell me who you saw. Joy is the source of your smile, but sometimes your smile is the source of your joy. Right now you're just smiling, I don't know what you're smiling at. But some of you had fake smiles. That's another thing. When you smile to your friend, it can be fake. Can you do a fake smile? Yes. Do it. So if you keep doing fake smiles, your body does not feel it and it is not good for your mental health. But when you smile, like when you mean it, the facial muscles. So every smile, when you smile, every time you smile, your brain feels really happy. You can imagine how happy your brain gets when you smile genuinely. So smiling activates the release of the feel-good hormone and it works towards fighting stress. So when you're stressed, okay, sometimes it becomes hard, but when you can, just smile. Even when you're working on your own. How does sleep affect mental health? How many hours did you say we should be sleeping? Yes? 7 to 8 hours. So we actually see sleep is also coming in. We should sleep, and adults should sleep 7 to 8 hours. So what happens during sleep? What is the relationship between your sleep and mental health? Every 90 minutes, a normal sleep cycle between 2 major categories of sleep. Although, in the length of the time spent in one or the other changes as sleep progresses. So the first cycle, what happens? So during the quiet sleep, during that quiet sleep, a person progresses through 4 stages of increasingly deep sleep. Body temperature drops, your muscles relax, your heart rate and breathing goes slow. Can you feel it? You can feel it. Are you sleeping? Just imagine it. Your heart rate goes down, everything. It's just relaxing. So, the deepest stage of quiet sleep produces physiological change that helps to boost your immune system function. That is the first cycle. Then the second one is called the rapid eye movement. Sleep is a period when people dream. Hey, how many dreams last night? You did. Everyone drinks every time you sleep, but maybe you don't remember. So, the body temperature and blood pressure, heart rate and breathing increases to levels measured when people are awake. You can imagine. That's why at this time, as in Cuea time, in all this, the heart rate, the breathing goes down. But in this other phase of the rapid eye movement, that is when you start to dream. How much, I'm sure you've ever had a nightmare. Unaamkanga umesweat, joto, unaogopa, your heart rate is beating, you're like feeling like it is a reality. But that is part of the sleep. So every cycle, you can have 90 minutes, and in every 90 minutes, those two phases of sleep take place. So, when you sleep, it's also good because we've seen it's going to boost your immune system functioning, which is also good for the overall development of your emotional health. When you go around sleeping for 2 hours, watching movies for the whole night, or talking to you're just chatting the whole night, and you wake up the next morning, or you're reading throughout. Medicine. Is there anyone doing medicine here? I know you. Yeah, okay, sleep back there. Even now, Lakini, you don't always have to, you can always maximize your time and get that time to sleep. Sleep is very important. We also saw the relationship between sleep and diabetes, and other many non-communicable diseases. Next, we talk about nutrition and mental health. How many of us ate well this morning? What did you eat? Apart from bread and tea. What else? Anyone else? Yes?
Bread, potato,
Sweet potato.
boiled maize, and
This was a heavy one. Nice. So I can see actually some people took into they put into consideration whatever we said last time about eating. Breakfast should not always be bread and tea. We should try something new. And we talked about the wellness plate. You can check it out also. So, good nutrition is the foundation of physical health. But surprisingly, imagine your brain is only 2% of your total weight. Your total body weight, your brain, how small is that? 2% of your body weight. But it uses 25% of our metabolic demands. You can imagine how much that is. Your brain uses 25% of your metabolic demands, and then you don't even bother about it when you are eating. You just skip lunch and you think, oh, my stomach is still full, oh, I'm not hungry, I'm bloated and all. Because sometimes we are saving. Okay, sometimes I understand we don't have money, but we should always have your mental health in consideration when you are eating. So, if anything, one would expect that nutrition would be important for brain function than the functioning of other body parts. If it's going to use up 25% of your energy. And that's one thing that you find, sequentially, when you go to campuses. Some students actually, they really live a hard day. Some of us, Namka asubuhi, umetengeneza shughuli yako, umeamka skari, then you go to class hungry. The whole day lecturers will be lectures. You don't have that money to eat because ukikula, utatembea hivyo. Here is fair. So sometimes you find these small habits in campus is what leads people to depression. You end up with getting attached, bipolar, stress. You have addiction, that's why you end up engaging in alcohol because your mental status is just not okay because you're not healthy. So you also have to consider that a lot. Then also, the other thing, how you can contribute to your mental health is having good relationships. Actually, this is one of the biggest contributions to your mental health. Bad relationships may impact your health negatively, and people enter and remain in toxic relationships for a host of reasons. I'm sure all of us have been in a relationship before, right? Man is not an island. You're in it right now. I want you to look back at it. Was it a toxic relationship or was it worth it? Do you think the relationship that you are in right now is toxic? Maybe I want to just ask yourself, sign will be careful. Just ask yourself, the people you are with, your friends, are they people who are adding up to your life or just destroying you? You should ask yourself, for instance, these people, what are they doing for me? Is it the composition that you have, like most of the time you're talking with them? Do you end up smiling, feeling feeling good like the one saw you smile, or do you go home feeling like stressed, like unaraliwa tomorrow every time? Do you always engage in arguments? Has anyone here ever tried to commit suicide? Don't raise your hand. Because you might be feeling, maybe you fear rejection, but it's okay. We're not going to judge you. You can always be honest. If you want to share your experience, you're also very much welcome because we're going to learn from you. But sometimes, what pushes people to even commit suicide could be the rest of us, Sasa. When you enjoy commit. So you yourself are walking around happy that, yay, I've never tried to commit suicide, I'm mentally stable. Yet you do not know you are the same person who have caused maybe 3 people in your class to try and commit suicide. Because every day they come to class, you're the first person to tell them, sasa ni nini shida yako? Hata huogangi, nywele yako tu sijui hujawai, inakaa tu very shaggy. Why don't you even change your shoes? Why do you have to be the last one every time? How can you fail in such a simple cut? Na sasa hiyo ujui mtu alisoma, like, alisoma, but, you know, you're the same people who are going to destroy them instead of encouraging them. Imagine smiling at them and telling them, by the way, you can always do it again. Be positive, just making them see the positive side of life. You don't have to be always in the negative one. Then, what happens during a heartbreak? I told you last time, there's a relationship between your heart, that heartbreak. How many have ever had a heartbreak? Unasikia kulia. Wengine wameinua mikono yenyewe. Wameshaikuwa nayo. But I'm sure most of us have even had it before. So, your heartbreak, unaona when you're hit by something on the toe and it's so painful, or you step on a nail or something imekukata. The brain registers that pain the same way when you have a heartbreak. So the brain, the pain is the same. So heartbreak can cause a large amount of stress, especially if the loss is sudden. When you, for instance, when you break up with when you have to let go of your friend, when you're breaking up with your boyfriend, or if you're having a divorce, or your parent has died, that is another, it's like a form of heartbreak, and the pain registers this emotional pain as the same way as a physical